Hello. I'm a Palestinian writer and political activist from Gaza, exactly from Jabalia refugee camp, and I am the co-founder of Palestine Speaks, the Coalition for Palestinian Rights and Against Racism, and Alliance for Palestine in Switzerland. I got involved because I was born in a refugee camp, and I got involved because I understood deeply what injustice and what oppression mean, and why I must not normalize the repression that imperialism and Western complicit and media complicit are imposing to stereotype and orientalize and be racist and normalize oppression against us. I'm involved because I want justice. I personally have been detained, I have been arrested, I have been hospitalized, I have been beaten by the police. My shoulder was broken by police brutality in Berlin, especially Berlin and Germany, one of the harshest places to be a Palestinian political activist. And it's hard places to be Palestinian because of the escalation and the extreme anti-Palestinian repression and racism that we as Palestine Solidarity Movement and the largest Palestinian community in Europe, which is existing in Berlin and in also all Germany, is experiencing repression that is invisible and visible within the structural institutions that Germany built to censor, intimidate, and silence the Palestinian community. And I'm one of those who seen this, and I fought and I fought and I'm fighting and I will continue fighting to dismantle it, because what I saw in Berlin and Germany against my people is same symptoms of what I've seen in my refugee camp and in Palestine and Gaza and the West Bank and Jerusalem and in the 48. The only thing that they are not shooting us, but they're doing everything else to intimidate and terrorize our community and silence us, but which we will not, of course, surrender to it, and we will not be silent at all about it. And that is the motto, actually, of Palestine Speaks. We will not be silent. We have said it when we started, and we continue our movement and continue seeing this free Palestine from German guilt and free Palestine forever, and decolonize it from Berlin to Palestine to Gaza. Actually, it's very hard. I would just say we are not okay. I'm not okay, and I think the community is not okay. Why we're not okay? Because we are seeing humans who are outright wrongs, and seeing how wrong is our politicians and our the European politicians and political parties and mainstream parties and right wing and left wings as well. The way they have been complicit and silenced and not doing enough to stop the genocide and actually support the International Court of Justice, and not managing to put any sanction on Israel, not managing to pull any card to stop any kind of trade with Israel, to pressure Israel to stop the genocide, and or as well before stop the expansion of settlements, stop the killing of Palestinians, stop all the aggression that I have to face since I grew up, stop the normalization of oppressions and human rights violations, and stop the violation of international law. So I'm in this movement because I want to change this, and I want to free Palestine, and I want mainly to actually fight the increasing fascism and racism, because this is why they neglect and deny us our rights, actually because there is a huge internalized racism and also white racism and white supremacy that show that they are not seeing us as worthy of life and worthy of humanity and worthy of living a normal basic life. They see us still as we saw in the Ukraine, and all this double standard. European politicians have shown naked hypocrisy. It's have shown more than double standards, because double standard is something, but complicity, it's beyond. It's extreme complicity to allow Israel, to allow normalizing what Israel has been doing against Palestinians in Gaza and in general in Palestine. and to allow all Palestinians in the diaspora as refugees and to live in refugee camps and not return to their villages and not allow them to achieve the right of return and allow them to live a normal life and still live with a travel document for over 76 years. That's a clear violation of every human. Europe must recognize Palestine, recognize Palestinian rights, look at everybody in the eyes, not from a superior level. We can't weaponize diversity just to satisfy and comfort white politicians. Diversity and inclusion and intersectionality and decolonization is a word that you must practice. It's about centering Palestine, centering issues in the global south. I actually call everybody to boycott Israel. I call the states and institutions to join the BDS campaign. I call everyone to isolate Israel and make sure that we take our moral responsibility seriously. I call everyone to stop the genocide and also be aware of the rise of racism and fascism in their own countries. We must stop for a second and think about our humanity and our human values. We must stop for a second and think about how to protect the rule of human rights and the rule of law. Call everyone to be hopeful and to not only be hopeful and not to only sign petitions and not to advocate alone. We must hold everyone accountable. We must work every day. Everyone should donate their time and their skills and their heart and their resources to build progressive movement that allow us to have the collective liberation that everyone deserves. The collective liberation that allows no one to be superior over others. And this cannot happen without respecting humanity and cannot happen without fighting the symptoms of racism and fascism that is increasing. And I think the most proven hypocrisy of all those politicians from the right to the left was the way that they treated Ukraine and the way that they treated Palestine for 76 years and the way they treated Palestine today in this genocide is a huge proof that there is an extreme imbalance in power, an extreme complicity, an extreme denial of they don't want to see us. They don't want to us to be represented. They still want to be where they are in their comfort and their whiteness, and they don't want to deal with their own problems. And I demand Western state and Western politicians and those who call themselves progressive to deal with racism in their community and to accommodate and comfort and protect refugees and migrants in their own countries and allow them to grow and blossom. We must build seeds that have political compassion, political care, political empathy, that allow equity and allow justice to blossom and grow. Thank you.